What's going on, my friends? So in this video, I'm going to show you a quick little technique exercise you can do, right? It's a fun way to just warm up, have some fun, improvise, and it involves this series of chords, okay? We're going to be in the key of C, and all these chord voicings are going to involve just 2 fingers on our left hand and 2 fingers on our right hand, right? Just with our thumb and right index finger playing the 5th and 2nd string. We can go up from the C to the D minor to the E minor. Then we can go to the F to the G and to the high A minor, and then walk it right back down, right? Okay. We also can use these voicings, which let us go even further down, right? From the C to the G over B to the A minor, down to a G, and walk it right back up to the C. Okay, so those are the building blocks, and the whole idea of this is to show you these building blocks. I'll explain how to play them and all that stuff. But the cool part is you can combine these in all kinds of ways to have lots of fun. There's some recognizable stuff you can play, right? I first learned these voicings when learning the Joni Mitchell song, A Case of You, right? There's also the first chords of Blackbird. Even though that's not in the key of C, it does use these same, some of these same chords. Okay? And there's also Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. You can sort of imitate that very distinctive intro riff by using these voicings. Okay, so those are some of the well-known songs that use these sort of chords, right? But you also can combine these chord shapes in any way you choose, and it's going to sound generally good. So I'm going to show you some tips. Stick around if you want to learn this. It won't take too long. And I will say, check out the website, because at playsongnotes.com, I have this PDF that I sort of put together. It's a great sort of visual aid map that you can use while you're learning this, while you're watching this video. After you watch the video, you can print it out, keep it in your guitar notebook, and it's a great thing to come back to, all right? So check that out, playsongnotes.com, great resource for you. And let's look at these. Let's dive on in. Okay, so a couple things. First, let's start with our left hand. Now, with these first 6 chords, you're gonna notice our left index finger is always gonna be on the 5th string. That's the A string, right? Let's put it in the 3rd fret to start with. And then our left ring finger is gonna be on the 2nd string, or also known as the B string, okay? So let's put that in the 5th fret to start with. And we're gonna pluck those with our right thumb and right index finger. So thumb on the 5th string, index finger on the 2nd string. Okay? So this is a nice little voicing of the C major chord right here, right? Now, notice when you look at these 6 chords that the C and the F and the G all have something in common, okay? Take a look at them, the C, the F, and the G. And if you haven't noticed it yet, what it is the distance in frets between the 5th string and 2nd string is 2 frets, right? We're going from 3 to 5, right? On the F, we're going from 8 to 10. On the G, we're going from 10 to 12, okay? So it's important to look for these patterns, because what I'm saying here is that it's the same basic shape. All that's changing is the fret that we're starting on, right? C is 3rd fret, F is 8th fret, G is 10th fret. That's the way I remember this. I sort of have the pattern memorized, then I just remember the root fret that I need to put my index finger on, and I am good to go for those major chords, right? So the major chords are using that one shape. Now, the minor chords, the D minor, the E minor, and the A minor, are all using a similar but different position. And in this one, there's only going to be 1 fret of difference between the 5th string and the 2nd string, right? So the D minor is from 5 to 6, the E minor is from 7 to 8, and the A minor is from 12 to 13, okay? But it's the same shape for all of them, okay? So the great thing about these, though, is you can go right up the sort of scale, so to speak, right? You can go from that C to the D minor, to the E minor, to the F, to the G, and to the A minor. And you can go right back down again. A minor, to the G, to the F, to the E minor, to the D minor, and to the C. One little technique I'll explain that I'm doing here is when I pluck it, the next thing I do is I lightly release my fingers from the fretboard, but I still touch the strings. And what that does is it kills the sound, but it doesn't let the strings ring out since my fingers are still making contact, right? So can be a nice little thing to work on when you're playing these chords, right? You play it and you silence it. Play it, silence. Play it, silence. Play it, silence. Play it, silence. Don't worry about it if it's causing you trouble, but just keep it in mind. It's a good little dynamic technique you can use to basically create some silence. Now, let's look at these additional voicings we have here. We're going to start on the same C chord, but we're going to go down this time, right? We're going to go from that C to this. I'm calling this a G over B. I think this is very common if you're in the key of C and you do a, right? You go from a C to a G over B to an A minor. That's a very common walk down. So we're going to sort of take it in that spirit and take the C to the G over B, and we're going to go to an A minor. And the G over B is the same shape as those minor chords I showed you up here, right? But this one's going to be on 2nd fret and 3rd fret. Okay? So going from that C to the G over B and back again. Good thing to practice. And the next one is an A minor. In this one, we're going to use our left index finger where it would normally go for an A minor chord, right? 2nd string, 1st fret. And then pluck the 5th string open. That's our A minor. And then the G is going to be 6th string with our, I use my ring finger on the 3rd fret and an open 2nd string. So this is a good thing to practice. These 4 chords are from the G to the A minor to the G over B to the C. And go back down again. Back up. Okay. If you need to take it slow, one little trick is instead of plucking, you can just do, instead of pinching all the strings together, you can just do them individually. Okay, you can go back up or just go back down again. And this is where improvising can happen. Just go with it. Okay, so have a little bit of fun there. But those are the chords we have, right? Big picture, these are the chords. These are going to be our building blocks. Now, here's another way to look at these same chords, right? The C here, close to the middle, that's going to be our sort of home base. Look at the distance between the 3rd and the 5th fret. And you can go to your left if you want to go down. Or climb back up, right? Or you can climb up from the C. From the A minor back down again. Okay, so those are the sort of core building blocks. Now the one trick I'll show you with this is you can basically add the open G string to all these chords. And by that, what we're going to do is keep our thumb on the 5th string, right thumb on the 5th string, if we can play a C here. We're going to do open G string with our right index finger, and then our middle finger goes on the 2nd string. The thing is, for all the chords, we're going to play the open G string. And what this does is it fills it out. It adds an extra string, right? A bit more sound. And it also creates a bit of a droning note, because that G note, it's there in all the chords. So it kind of is a constant, like a hum, right? But the cool thing about this is once you add that open G string, you can do some cool things with this finger picking pattern. For example, let me go, I'm just doing 5th, 3rd, 2nd string, 5th, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. I'm going to do that pattern on all these chords. Check this out. Right, and I could sort of do the transitions a bit quicker. Do it coming down. And I can do the same thing, but maybe mix up the pattern. Maybe I'll do a pinch of the 5th and 2nd strings, then play the 3rd string, then the 5th string, and then do a 2nd to 3rd. So. Do that pattern on all the chords. that's going to come in handy if you want to do Blackbird, for example. Right, that pattern right there. So that's one little way you can have some fun. So basically, I'd encourage you to try this. Memorize these shapes, right? It's only 2 shapes, really. It's the C, it's a major shape. Use that in the C and the F and the G. And you have the minor shape on the D minor and the E minor and the A minor. And then you can combine them, okay? And it's a great way to sort of just mix it up, whether you just want to go up from the C, back down again after a few, or you want to maybe start up high. Play around with adding the G string, but also play around with leaving it out, right? And sometimes a simpler sound can be good. And you mess up and that's okay. Right? So that's going to be it for this one. Remember, you can get this PDF at playsongnotes.com. It is a great way to sort of get a hang for this. It's a great thing to keep with you after this video is long gone. So thanks very much for watching, y'all. Have a good one. And remember, check out my website, playsongnotes.com, and you can find lots of other lessons linked there. I have over 125 other PDFs just like this one for songs and techniques and warm-ups. I'm growing to that. I'm adding to that catalog all the time. So it's a great resource for you, the guitarist, to pick up. And thanks to all you who are supporting me on Patreon and through the tip jar, sending me kind emails and comments. I really appreciate it. All those of you who are requesting songs, I appreciate it as well. I cannot get to every request. Sometimes it takes me a long time. Sometimes it may take years, to be honest. I have a huge pile, a huge backlog. I'm working my way through, but I'm also just having to make room for the songs that catch my ear as I get through day to day, right? So, but I appreciate it. Don't stop sending them. The more the merrier, because if you send me 5 songs you want to hear, it's a lot more likely I'll be able to get one done. So with that said, try this out. It's a fun one, and look out for my other lessons for A Case of You or Blackbird. As of the time of this recording, those don't exist yet, but I am learning them both right now. So I'm going to take off. Have a good night. Bye-bye.